morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice of radio. So today we need to talk about some cool Pokemon cards that you can get for free. Well, kind of for free. Depends how you look at it. Either way, we've got a bunch of promo stuff that we need to be having a chat about. Starting off with what is going on if you go and play at your local league. Pokemon have gone and announced that if you go and play in June, there are some Pokemon TCG stuff you can be picking up, and there's also stuff for VGC and Pokemon Go going on as well. We're not going to focus too much on the VG and Go, because we are primarily a TCG channel here, but make no mistake about it, there is a lot of cool stuff going on. Like what, you say? Well, how about promo Drakloak? And it's a really nice league promo Drakloak. It is just regular Drakloak, the same one that we've had since Twilight Masquerade, but it's got the Play logo stamp on it. And I'm sorry, but this is actually kind of brilliant. I adore this. Because here's the deal, right? This isn't some fantastic, mechanically unique card that you absolutely have to have. You don't need this. You can ignore this forever and nothing bad will happen. But then, by the same token, it's a cool version of Drakloak that if you want to put in your deck, you can. And let's not forget that right now, if you look at, well, the best deck in the format, by a lot of metrics, it's Dragapult. Dragapult is a huge deck right now. It's a brilliant deck. It is a legit deck. So you add that all up together, and actually, yeah, getting a promo Drakloak right now seems like a really good idea. It's got that phenomenal recon directive ability. Lets you look at the top two cards of your deck. One goes to your hand, the other goes to the bottom of your deck. And it gives that consistency, which really, really helps catapult, I'm going to say it, Dragapult nailed it, up to the top of the metagame right now. It's absolutely wonderful. This is a cool version of it, and I do believe that these league promo Drakloaks are going to end up being very popular because you've got yourself the coolest version, potentially, of a phenomenally playable card. It's not like Dragapult's going anywhere anytime soon. Nah, mate. Dragapult is legit. That is not the only one available. One of the other ones available is Colress's Tenacity. Again, it's a card from Shrouded Fable. It's just a regular version of this card. There is nothing particularly special about this card other than the fact that it's got the league promo stamp on it. So, regular card, not exclusive mechanically, and that's really important. Having mechanically exclusive promo cards can actually get super annoying, because then you end up with playable cards that not everybody's got access to, which means that some people legitimately have an advantage over others just by virtue of being able to turn up to their local store. Which, I know it's great when you can, it's wonderful when you can go and play at your local store regularly. Not everybody's able to. So having this for people that can is wonderful. And Colress's Tenacity is an interesting one because, of course, it's a useful supporter card. Search your deck for a Stadium and an Energy, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck. But then in the same set, we also got that Kyurem, which does 110 to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon and can be used for just a single colorless energy if your opponent's got any cards in the discard pile with Colress in the name. So if Colress decks ever become too good, Kyurem's always going to be there as a check. But realistically, Kyurem's not seeing that much play right now. It was seeing the most play back when Regidrago was everywhere, but that was pre-rotation. When the rotation hit, Regidrago kind of went away, because it literally rotated, we couldn't have Regidrago anymore, and now Kyurem basically exists as a card which can only really be used against decks that play Colress. So unless your opponent's playing Colress, you're not actually ever going to be able to use this, and it just ends up being a card in your deck that's probably doing literally nothing. So if Colress decks become good, Kyurem comes back, but until then, Colress decks, they're out there, they're seeing a bit of play, but they're not really good enough to make Kyurem come out. So it's not really a downside. And the obvious answer here, the one that really makes this tick, is Grand Tree. Grand Tree with this is beautiful, because Grand Tree lets you evolve up a Pokemon to a stage 1 and then a stage 2, searching your deck while you do so. So you got a basic down, as long as it's, been there for a turn and can't evolve, you search for a basic, evolve it up, search for a stage 2, evolve it up, and it's your once per game Grand Tree. You're only allowed to put one of them in your deck. But that doesn't matter because you're playing 4 Colress's Tenacity potentially, plus maybe some cards that can actually go ahead and search out your supporter card, and you've got that extra consistency. Well, if you're playing those stage 2 decks with Colress, this is a cool Grand Tree to use. The other one we've got here is Glass Trumpet. That's a really fun one, which accelerates 2 basic energy to, 1 basic energy each to 2 of your benched colorless Pokemon, 2 in total. And yeah, if you're playing colorless decks, this seems like the kind of thing that could end up being really rather fun now, doesn't it? And it's not seeing as much play as we thought and as much play as it did a little while ago, but it is still seeing a little bit of play. So in Flareon decks, for instance, it's getting out there, partly because of Eevee and partly because, you're playing Noctowl. So Noctowl can both search out the Glass Trumpet and be a target to accelerate the energy from the Glass Trumpet, which is cool. And we're also seeing this a little bit in Raging Bolt decks as well. Again, because they're already playing Noctowl, so Noctowl becomes both the searcher of and the recipient of this Glass Trumpet and the energy that it's grabbing, which is kind of cool. So again, cool card, and we've got a way here to find a fancy version of it. There is also some sticker sheets which can be grabbed, which some of you are watching this are going to go, well, hang on a second, I'm not excited about the sticker sheets. I'm telling you right now, if you've got younger kids that play Pokemon, they will be excited about the sticker sheet. And look at those dice as well. This might be my favorite thing about them. Those dice look awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I am a big fan of these dice. I want these dice. There we go. I made my point. Now, what else has been happening is that we did have revealed some promo cards which are coming around with Destined Rivals. And again, Destined Rivals is just releasing. Depends how you look at it as to how much it's releasing. But it is releasing, and that means that we can have a look at the Team Rocket's Articuno and Team Rocket Zapdos, which are being made available. Now, Team Rocket Zapdos is a GameStop promo, and I've told you this before, and I'll happily tell you again. This is the worst stamp of any Pokemon stamp we've ever seen. I do not like this stamp. I think this stamp is bad. Maybe it's because I'm colorblind and I can't really see the GameStop stamp as well, but I always compare it to the Project Piplup. And you look at the ridiculous stamp we got with a Project Piplup here, and then you go and compare it to this, and I'm just like, it's not even close, mate, is it? Let's be honest here. It's not even close. But we are getting a Team Rocket Zapdos with the stamp, which is pretty cool. And this is happening over in GameStop. Now, it's not started yet. It is starting on May the 30th, which means it might be starting now as you listen to this. Depends when this goes up. But it's starting on May the 30th, and when you spend $15 or more on Pokemon TCG products, you get yourself your Team Rocket Zapdos with your GameStop stamp. Worth noting, it is also available for Pokemon fans in Canada at GameStop, and in Australia and New Zealand at EB Games. Shout out to Poker Guardian, the lovely Primal Lugia, for helping us out with some of this information. Now, as for the card here, 2 energy, 30 damage. You can move an energy from your opponent's active to one of their bench. The fact that you can use this for just a Team Rocket's energy is actually kind of fun. So, against decks that aren't playing much energy acceleration, you can just keep moving their energy around the board and frustrating them by not letting them attack. So that's kind of fun. We can get on board with that. It's not exactly some kind of ridiculous Uber card, I think it's fair to say, but it's kind of cool. The other attack is free energy, 60 damage. If there's a Team Rocket's energy on it, it does 120. So essentially, you use the first attack for Rocket's energy, and then you attach a second energy and off you go. Yeah, it's fine. As for Team Rocket's Articuno, this is being given out at Best Buy, again with a purchase of $15 or more. And this is just Team Rocket's Articuno with the stamp. Now, as a little side note here, this becomes really interesting because it basically turns it into a pre-release promo. What we had previously was pre-release promos were alternate art and had the set logo stamp, and then we'd get promos like this which had the set logo stamp on, but they weren't alternate art, so they were distinct from pre-release promos in that way. Nowadays, however, the pre-release promos are just regular cards with the Destined Rival set stamp, so that makes this Team Rocket's Articuno basically indistinguishable from a pre-release promo. I was kind of hoping it would go the other way, honestly, but never mind. The alternate art would be fun. This is actually, though, an absolutely legit card because the ability Repelling Veil prevents all effective attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. The attack's actually the same as Team Rocket Zapdos, 1 coloured, 2 colourless energy, 60 or 120 if there's a Team Rocket's energy attached. But this ability preventing all effective attacks done to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon, that gives protection, that is legit, this is a card which is seeing a bunch of play. So there we go, that's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these League promos, is it going to get you down to League? Tell me what you think about the Legendary Bird promos, tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Get us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Lawasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Ashley Munns, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.